my gosh. It's wonderful to see such a full house here tonight at the Edge Nightclub. Thank you so much for joining us. This is TCGplayer's 5th annual seller gathering. We're thrilled to have you here tonight. You know what's going to happen. If you could please help me welcome to the stage TCG's founder and CEO, Chedy Hampson.
Yeah, I forgot the clicker. Hello, store owners. This is going to be an exciting night. I know that you want to hear about new features that are going to be powering up your store, and that's what we're going to be talking to you about tonight. Now, TCGplayer Pro, we launched this 2 years ago at the GAMA trade show, but the idea behind TCGplayer Pro goes back decades. So 20 years ago, I stood behind a showcase just like this at a local gaming store in Syracuse, New York. Now, that was the entire world to me. And I was fortunate enough that at that time, I met a person named Ray Moore, who is the co-founder of TCGplayer, and we started off an adventure that took us to eventually build TCGplayer.com, and it grew into one of the world's largest collectible gaming marketplaces. Now, over the years, I've visited many of your stores. I make purchases at every city I go into, trying to say or talk to you and go, how do you price your cards? How do you run your point of sale systems? And every time over the course of those years and over the course of decades, what kept coming across was nothing had changed. Going back decades, you still ran your businesses the same way I did in Syracuse, New York. And so what I saw was an opportunity that we could help your stores by taking the technology that we were building out for our marketplace, take those incredible technology people that were working at TCGplayer, build those features, and combine it with real-time sales data, and really take your stores to a new level. So what we wanted to see was powering up your stores was going to be about 3 key features that we knew that we could drive home some new innovations for. The first is around powering up your inventory. Now, this is all about changing the way you manage your inventory, how you interact with it, how you update it. If we could do that, then the next thing we could do is we could power up your customers, change up the entire way that they interact with your brick and mortar stores. And then finally, we could power up your employees. They're the most important part of your entire store. The passions that they have for those product lines, that's the infectious energy. When they talk to the customers, that's what your true driving force is. We want to give them tools and ensure that they can have more interactions with customers. So that's how we're going to power up your stores. When we launched 2 years ago, though, our entire focus was just on your inventory. That was the building blocks of everything about your stores. And it was personal for me. I thought back to 20 years ago when I was behind that counter. How are we going to change up everything about your stores? So I'm going to give you 2 scenarios that I experienced in my days working in a local gaming store, the same experiences that many of you in this room have on a regular basis. Now, the first is just coming into the store for the day. That was my world. So I'd walk up to the showcase, I'd take a look at it to see what I needed to restock, what new prices I would have to put on the cards. And one of those days, I would look, and there'd be a lot of cards missing from the showcase and a bunch of cards out of the binder. And now I start to get excited because this is good news. And as I dig through the sales data, I see it. Yes, we doubled up yesterday, twice the amount of sales that we normally have. I can't wait to tell the owner. He has been depressed. He's been a little down in the dumps lately. This is going to be some great news for him. But as I continue to dig through the sales data, I see that all these products that sold, these are the same products that were mentioned in an article last night by a professional player. And so what was a boon for our store for that day was a lost opportunity because we could have had 2 times, 5 times, even 10 times the amount of revenue if we had just been able to update those prices in real time. And then that store, I would have worked there every single day of the week if I could have. The atmosphere was incredible. My coworkers were amazing. The music in the store, the energy was through the roof. But they wouldn't let me work every single day. So I would come into work after a day off, and without fail, a coworker would come up to me and be like, Chedy, this incredible collection came in yesterday. I think you're going to freaking love this thing. It had everything that you're going to want to put in that showcase. But unfortunately, I had to tell him to come back tomorrow when you're at work. So hopefully he comes back, right? No, he's not coming back, right? We've lost that collection. It's gone to another store. He's going to sell it online after being told to leave the store. So that is another lost opportunity we saw that we could solve with TCGplayer. Now, these tools that I'm showing up on the screen right now, these are representation of all the different software and hardware pieces that are part of the entire TCGplayer Pro package. That first scenario that we talked about where those cards flew out of the showcase, that is solved now with TCGplayer Pro, because now there is a separate login within the system so that all of your employees can log in. Me, as the Magic the Gathering product expert, I can go into the system and set the prices that I think the products should be sold at. I can look at market prices that are trending from the online marketplace, all the stores that are in TCGplayer Pro. I can decide if my Mythic Rares should be 10% more than the market price. I can say my commons, I'm not going to sell them for 3 cents like they do online. I'm going to put them up for a quarter. Anything that goes over 50 cents or $1, I'll price it at market price plus a nickel. I can put all these rules in there, and then my coworkers, the experts at Pokemon, the experts at Funko Pops, they can do the same thing. They put all these rules in the database. And now you, as a store owner, have the power to change everything about that scenario. It can be 2 o'clock on a Sunday night. You pull out your phone, you click one button. All the prices for all your products in the store are updated to real. That means when a customer comes into your store excited because he read a great article last night or saw a tournament, when he goes to look at those cards, he's going to buy them off you, but it's going to be for the appropriate price. That's more revenue in your pocket. Now, the other way we solve that scenario is I might not be there to have that sale, and I also wasn't there to buy that collection. So we provided you with image scanning software that you can set up on any PC, have as many as you want in your store. It's part of the package. You buy a $50 camera off Amazon, and you can just take a card one at a time and scan them in and pull up the real-time prices. But me, as the Magic the Gathering expert, I also set up the prices that we wanted to buy those cards at. If there was a card that was hot and in demand, I would pay up to 80% of that product. If there's something that I'm overstocked on, but I want to keep buying it, but I'm just not going to pay a premium on it, I can put it at 50% of market price. I put all that information in there, and my coworker, who isn't really that familiar with Magic the Gathering, he just puts the card underneath the scanner, and it pulls up the prices he wants to buy it at. $5.28, $2, not buying this card. He separates them into piles, and he can do that transaction and buy that collection off that customer, and those are more cards that are going to go into the showcase. So that is how we've powered up your inventory, is what we've been working for 2 years on. But one other feature that went live when we launched TCGplayer Pro was all about changing the entire industry of e-commerce and inventory management. If you were to use an inventory management system before TCGplayer Pro, you would have to pay $1,500 or up to tens of thousands of dollars if you were building a custom website before you even launched your store just to get access to the software. And then, no matter what size store you are, $40,000 a month in sales, $1 million a month in sales, it doesn't matter. You all pay the same flat fee. Well, we decided we were going to do away with that entirely. So we launched with no setup fees, and we launched with no monthly fees, because we wanted to form a partnership with your stores. Now, partnership is all about you help me, I help you. Our goal as TCGplayer is, quite honestly, it's to get you to list cards on the online marketplace. That's what we want to see. But you have your own goals. You told us flat out, I would love to take advantage of selling online, but I am bogged down with work, managing the employees, buying new inventory, pricing these cards. Save me time, and then I will think about the possibility of selling on your online marketplace. So that's what we did. We not only built this software so that you can save time, we saved you money so you had no decisions, no blockers to choosing TCGplayer Pro to see if it would work for your store. And so now the question is, was that idea of flipping the industry upside down, pricing it at that free price point, did that work out? Did we have 100 stores join Pro? Have we seen a few hundred stores join Pro? Over the course of 2 years, we just hit a new milestone that is over 1,000 stores in this country that are now using TCGplayer Pro to help manage their inventory. So that's incredible to see. And when we think about inventory management, we're really excited about the growth and the amount of stores using Pro. But the next thing that comes up is, did it actually work for your stores? If it saved you time And if it helped you make more money, were you able to lift your head up, take a breath of fresh air as a store owner, and actually take advantage of selling online? Pro has become the #1 used inventory management system for stores to connect to the online marketplace. And as you can see, it's not even close. 4 times the amount of stores in this country are using TCGplayer Pro to sell online through the TCGplayer marketplace than all the other inventory management systems combined. So we're super excited about the success of powering up your inventory and where that's taken us. And so over the last 6 months, we've been thinking about what's next. How do we take care of those next 2 areas? How are we going to power up your customers and power up your employees? And that's what the remainder of this presentation is all about. And the ideas behind how we were going to tackle this were pretty simple. We didn't even have to think about it. You gave us the idea. This is an image that a store owner posted over a year ago, and we saw more images like this get posted online on the Facebook group. And what this is, it's the online website that we provide to you as part of the Pro package, one that you can customize, put different colors, different graphics on it. A store owner took it and put it on a laptop inside of his own store on a card table and allowed his customers to walk up to the online website and make in-store purchases. That was awesome to see. And that came from you. And more store owners started chiming in and talking to that same store owner. How did you do that? What was the hardware like? Did you do anything special to set up? Does TCGplayer process orders on the back end well enough to handle that? And the answer was, we didn't. We were taken away by this. This was a great idea, and it got us really thinking about where you guys wanted to go. And so we got to work. We built out a brand new design and called it a kiosk system with the idea of stripping away all the portions of the website and making it seamless to work in store. And then we launched it to 50 partner stores in the country. And we talked to those 50 stores, and we got your feedback. What do you love about this system? What's not working for you? What would you like to see as the next iteration of it? And we got to work again over the next couple of months. And then we traveled along the East Coast. We went to New Jersey. We went to Georgia. We rented out conference rooms. We got together with groups of 20 sellers at a time and talked to you about now where this product is. What do you like about it? What do you love about it? And store owners that were part of that beta group talked to the other store owners and told them how they were using it. And all that feedback we took and got back to work again. And now tonight, what I'm going to be talking to you about is where that product has evolved to. We're rebranding it. It's ready for prime time. And the idea goes back to that first image we saw. It is taking all of the inventory that is in your entire store and making it available as if it was in display within a single showcase. So what I want you to do is imagine a scenario that happens on a daily basis in your stores that is quite painful to watch at times, but this store is powered by Showcase, so you're going to see something different. We have a line of customers up at the Showcase. They want to get access to the single employee. They both want to ask him questions about products, but one of the most important customers in the entire store is this one over here, the one who doesn't exactly know what he wants. He's a casual player. He needs to talk to an employee. That's the connection we want to power up. Now, one of our customers notices that this store is powered by the new Showcase, and she takes a walk over. This is a customer that plays at all the Friday Night Magics. She knows exactly what she's looking for. And as she pulls up the new Showcase, she notices some new options that are in here. The events calendar is there, so she checks that out. There's nothing new there for her. She knows about all the Magic events that are going on. But then she notices the buy list is in there. And this starts to give her some ideas. She can see some cards and prices of things that she knows she's going to want to bring back this weekend and sell to the store. But she's looking to win Friday Night Magic, and so she's going to get back to shopping. And as she starts to search for his cards, this conversation between the employee and the customer is still ongoing. He's talking about events. He's helping him with his deck ideas. All of that is going on. And now our customer over here is adding some products to her cart. It looks like it's absorbed, so she's definitely a control player. She's not going to make any friends at Friday Night Magic. And what she's doing now is she's coming across the related products field. Now, this is taking the data from all the sales that are happening online, all the sales that are happening in your stores, and in real time building out the top selling products related to that one product, but it happens across every single product they look at. This is like having an employee sitting right inside of there. So she's noticed something new that she wasn't even thinking about. She's adding that to the cart. And as she's getting ready to check out and send that order on, we have our employee checking out our customer right here. And what's really cool is they're going to continue their conversation. They'll probably be talking about Star Wars or the new Avengers movie, all of that. What I want to do is put up on the screen right now, if we can, the seller portal. Now, this is a revamped seller portal that is in beta testing right now. And you can see the notification has just gone through. It's got instant notifications on it, so our employee notices that. And you can start pulling the cards while the customer is still in the store. So she's walking over. He's already got the cards ready for her. All she's got to do is pay. This is how you power through a line at your Friday Night Magic and ensure that all of your customers in the store can get handled. And it's a successful transaction. Now, what is great is because we got through that line so fast, our other customer, who's starting to get a little bored, is wandering around. But our employee can notice him, he gets out there, and he's got an iPad in his hand. And he's got the showcase on the iPad, completely refactored to work with touchscreens for your store, and he's showing them some of the products. Now, this is a Commander player, so he's looking for some sleeves. He's got the nice new katana sleeves. And it looks like he's looking for the purple katana sleeves. So we don't have those in the showcase. And so that was one of the things. Now, they came in today. They've been restocked. They're in the back room. That's why they're added to the system. And he's able to add those into the system. So he's getting ready to check out here. And what's really cool is we have another employee that's in the back room who's doing all the online orders, getting those ready for customers around the world. And as he's over here submitting the order, looks like he's switching up right now. He's going to load the new TCGplayer seller app that is built for iOS and is available on the App Store coming soon. We'll talk about that in just a moment. And we're switching over to that. This is the new streamlined way to manage your in-store orders. And it has great information in here. It's able to show this customer the order, confirm it's the right order, and get that sent right up. And we got our order details. He's going to pay now. So he's going to click that Pay Now button. And here we're going to come to a screen that tap, insert, or swipe. Now, normally at this point, we'd have to leave this portion and walk all the way back to the point of sale. But what we're going to do is we're going to take his credit card right here on the floor. He's going to sign for that. And as we submit that order, now hopefully he's got enough money in his account and looks like successful, he's going to get a receipt sent to him. So that is what I think we all want to see happen in our stores, that incredible interaction. And we have that notification for this order was sent to the back room, as I told you. We have another staff member who's got that order already pulled. She's bringing it out. He's staying engaged with the customer, talking to him about Friday Night Magic, interacting with them, talking about events. So now you've got a customer who's not only got a successful sale, he's also going to be coming back and playing in your events. That's what we all want to see, right? So what I just showed you was part of the new TCGplayer Pro retail app that's launching in the App Store this May. This is a free download for any TCGplayer Pro store. It really focuses just single-focused on the in-store experience. It powers up your store, your employees, and the transaction level I talked about. That is TCGplayer talking to payment providers across the country, working on hardware so we can make it part. If you notice, that iPad had the scanning technology right on the back of it. Now, the reason we did that is because we wanted to make that interaction a reality. We want to see your customers and your employees engaging right within the aisles of your store. So the question you have is, I want to see that happen in my store, but can TCGplayer actually compete with the largest payment providers in the country? So let's look at what they're charging. If you want to do in-store payments with Shopify, 2.7%. You want to do in-store with PayPal, 2.7%. In-store with Square, 2.75%. with the new TCGplayer retail app, in-store is just 2.65%. So the reason we're able to not just match, but beat out the giants of the industry is because of that word, partnership. Our goal, once again, we want to see you selling on the online marketplace, but we have to save you time and we have to save you money. And this is part of that dedication to your stores and making sure that that happens. This is all part of 2 new features. The Showcase, which is going to be available for all your stores with TCGplayer Pro, and the new TCGplayer app. So I'm excited about this new functionality. I think it's going to change everything for your retail stores, but I also don't think it really matters what I think so much. It matters if you believe it's going to change your stores. This feature, Showcase, has been tested in stores across the country, and I want you to hear right now what your peers have to say about what it has done for their stores.
Utilizing kiosk, we've better organized our inventory.
When players come in and say it's like really busy and there's like 2 of us behind the counter, the kiosk mode makes it such easy access for them that they can do it on their own and send it over to us, and then we can pull it when we have the chance to do that.
The checkout is really easy. Put in the first and last name and just hit submit order.
Previously, we've had issues storing all of our inventory. However, now we can have overflow inventory that's in high demand, but customers have the ability to access that and find the cards they need, regardless of the amount of physical space we have to present it to them.
We know exactly when it's sold, where it's sold, who sold it. It's all organized where it's supposed to be, thanks to you guys.
It allowed us to do so much more than what we could do from a small town in Dalton, Georgia.
It's a lot simpler, it's quicker, it looks cleaner than what we had before.
It's allowed us to not only maintain the human interaction with one customer, but the customer that's just coming in specifically for a couple of things. It acts like a second employee on staff all the time.
Most of the time, when people think of card stores, they think of the big boys, you know, the big stores. This kind of puts everybody on the same playing field. And then that's a pretty big deal.
Hearing those words come out of stores, owners' mouths, I can't even tell you how much that means to me. Because it's not just about the difference we're making on your stores. I work side by side with so many talented and incredibly passionate people at TCGplayer who've been working for the last 2 years to build out inventory management so that we could power up that portion of your stores. And now tonight, I was able to show you how we're powering up your customers and powering up your employees. This is how you're going to be powering up your entire store now with TCGplayer Pro. So thank you so much for attending tonight, and I hope you love these new features that we have for you.